Hello, hello. Welcome in. Should be live? Question mark. Perfect. All right. Turnabout Ablaze. Back again. What's it called? So, last week means I'm going to be a little bit forgetful of what happened. Sorry. Let me get my phone set up too. There we go. What is it? We finished off both preliminary investigations of the both rooms. The Alabastian embassy, which was second, and then the Ablaze embassy as well. And let me get in and look at the thing, but we're right into it. Characters showing up. A bunch of things happening. A fire took place March 14th. All right. Right. This is a statue that was the murder weapon, and then also they were swapped too, which was interesting. Samurai dogs and okay, that's right. We had we had Larry and Windy show up. Okay. The big reveal was this, though, for sure. Alright. Where do we go from there? Is the real question, I guess. Why did these not have their... And were they fully unsheathed, too? That's kind of weird, but okay. Alright. This is from Larry, the Cadopian. They were smuggling Ablaze ink. With making counterfeit bills, yep. This is a prop sword with blood all over it. How did he die? Oh, it's not gonna tell me. Okay. Alright, well, I think that's all. I'm probably missing something, but I think I got it. I've left the Damask, the second investigation to Francisca, and returned to Babel. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into the Babel statue. Okay, that's what we need. Mr. Edgeworth? So, okay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. Hey, we weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Look, pal. We've had a really fun time, sir. I knew it. Zero progress. I mean, I need to learn. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. You have permission to enter the Alabastian embassy, is that correct? Yup. Bam. Proud of that one. As a local detective, I'm helping with your investigation on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. Okay. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. He's definitely trying not to interact with her again. The Pink Princess, huh? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? the kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. What? Oh, God. Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. Ugh. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Uh-huh. Evidence has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Uh-huh. Scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Samurai dogs, huh? And the autograph are gone. Oh. There's a lot of evidence to this already, though. It's kind of insane. Let's do a preliminary save here. She long legs, logic. Got all basic. Whoa, hello. Okay, you're walking with me, huh? Yeah. About investigating. How is the investigation going in the Ablaze Secretariat's office, Kay? Well, even though we found a few treasures, they've all been pretty much burnt to a crisp. The treasure's a terrible thing to waste. Anyway, is there anything else I should know about? Oh, that's right. You know what I found in the office? A wooden bear carving. It's so cute. Can I have it, huh? Can I? No, of course you can't. By the sound of things, it appears that there has been no progress in the investigation. Alright. Hey, you're not going back to Alabasta already, are you? No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. Okay. They're having a real time of cleaning up after the fire. I suppose we should stay out here and investigate the stage soon, some more then. Okay. Scaffolding. Just look at these scaffolds. Makes me want to climb them. Oh, just looking. I reckon that you do not try. There was a fire burning here until not long ago. I know. Yeah, but I think enough time has passed, so it should be alright. Thief Child says, if there is a height to be scaled, then scale it you must. Starting from Thief Child, would you care to explain what you just said? Oh, the bushes? Oh. This bush looks like the perfect place to hide. Some sort of treasure, you know. But there is no treasure inside those things. Oh, too bad. Aw, she's so disappointed. But we have a lot of treasure back in Babel. Sounds great. I'll be sure to pay you guys a visit sometime for a 5-finger discount. Sure. We welcome you anytime. You sure you really want to invite a thief into your country with open arms? No, it is about time I start putting a finger on somebody, and it could be him, right? Supposedly only one of the ambassadors or secretariats could handle it, and the secretariat is dead. It's baseless currently, because I don't think we have information to point to who did it yet, but possibly. Okay. A ladder, huh? Actually, that's a step ladder. The step ladder conversation makes a makes a return. They're the exact same. No way. From their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. Ah, a step ladder is much too heavy to carry around after all. From a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. That's true. Oh, they should have put an achievement for that, but oh well. The step ladders make return. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for the renovation. Yep, because I don't smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter. Okay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. That was a pretty good play of words there. I wouldn't say that's a play of words, but sure. Ah, Gummy! Don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that. Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? No, it's not like that, sir. That is funny, like, you never bring that up. So the fact it was brought up now is, what's it called? You always wonder if they are listening in. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the Greatest Great Thief Show. I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Okay, I can even inspect the cone. So how come so many traffic cones are red and white? I have no idea. That's because they're highly visible from a great distance. Huh. Is that a thing in Japan? Or some other country? I don't know. Oh, is that why? So then, the reason you wear that wide red suit is for visibility's sake, huh? Please don't compare me to a ragged plastic trousers. Damn. Traffic cone Edgeworth. Oh. There's a sign here. Warning passerbys to take precautions around this renovation site. They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere. I believe Ambassador Poleno said it was to attract more tourists and visitors. But what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Hey, be serious. But I was being serious. It would get a lot more visitors. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. It's time to stop playing around. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Oh, well. I take it he has found nothing of particular use, as usual. That's debatable, Edgeworth. Come on. Investigation update. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I've got something really interesting from Ambassador Polena. Oh? And what is this something interesting? This, sir. Oh. Why is my thing dropping? Oh, wow. That's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there. Lantern? Very... kind of special effect. Yeah. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? It's not related. Oh. So apparently, if you burn the special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babel. It burns this green color, sir. Okay, that was actually very important. That means there is, wait, the fire didn't have any green, right? So almost no ink got burned. Almost no ink got burned then, if there was no green flames. Which means, I don't know yet, but... I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babel should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy! What about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it'd project the image. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Oh, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Uh-huh. I wonder how the silhouettes will be important? Or... The green fire is definitely important. The silhouettes of the Babelese image. I don't know if will be important yet. Alright. So you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are... discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I'm afraid we'll be long gone by then. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. They sure do. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babel. I heard that tonight over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. I do kind of think there's a darker, Yo, Auntie, what up? Nice and early today. I think there is a darker side to the tourism thing. And, I don't know. There's a reason. There's got to be a reason why they're so gung-ho about getting people to visit Babel. Maybe we'll learn about it. Manny told me that I should really give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that. Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started. Exactly. Huh? There's also his, like, two-faced nature is interesting. Ambassador Plano, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Prima Duck statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Do you know that Alabast and Babel used to be one country called Cadopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Oh, well, the Prima Ducks belong to the founders of Cadopia, huh? At least, that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the King of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it? Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabast and Babel were to re-establish relations, shouldn't they put an end to the squabbling over the statue? Amending relations is a bit of a stretch currently, though, I feel like. I have no reason to believe so. The Prima Duck statue is even more important now, as a key to diplomacy. Yep. Wonder if Ambassador Polano knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Okay. Ambassador Polano, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes, oh, and don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I'd expect you'd be coming to Babel, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. He did not like that. Sure. I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well... If I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. Oh. Okay. Why am I dropping like a shit ton of frames? Sorry. Okay. I'll that open for now. Had a hand in smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Yep. I don't know about completely unnoticed, though. Actually, I suppose he was an able man. I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. Okay. Implying you're not involved. It sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny has been really busy. Since I became the Babelese representative of the Country Unification Council. That's a new term, too. He's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh. Well, you see, tonight's events proceeded without a hitch. Our two countries were to reunify and become one again. Whoa. Okay, that's massive. Somebody trying to interfere with country politics? Well, but I guess, with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. Alright, country politics. You have anything to say about this? Babelese. When lit, the oil of the ink burns a bright yellow-green. It makes for a great science experiment. Here, give it a try with this. Yes, well, I understand your enthusiasm, but the amount you gave me earlier is enough. I see. That's too bad. In that case, why don't you have a few more of these coupons? I've got plenty. I have plenty of those too. Where's he conjuring those from? Ah. Is he trying to dispose of the ink then? You need to see this statue. Ambassador Polena, if you could, please take a look at this for me. Oh, thanks for the follow, Miyoki. The Primadex statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babel. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babel's Primadex statue immediately. Are you gonna let me, though? Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it is definitely Alabast's statue. I know, because it's the real statue. Okay. That's massive. Ablaze has the real statue, which is currently the soot-covered one. Okay. It's damaged now. Gotcha. Huh. I'm embarrassed to say it's true, but even though I knew that someday it would be exposed, I received my orders from the leaders of Babel. I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we cannot determine which statue was the real one.
Hold it!
Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell, of course. Even if Babel were to lose face, the reunification of the country isn't what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that I'd be betrayed by my own secretary. The real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey! Where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast? Yes, but before I do, suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using the object from the other country, huh? That's the gist of it. Babel is just as strict as Ablaze in their inspection of the people and things that entered their country. Meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. It's true, who did the swap? That's the only logical conclusion that we can draw. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatagarasu? In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the rose garden of the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the rose garden post-haste. We need a lot more... well, wait. It looks like a guitar pick, but no. The cutouts... Oh, wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Well, my guess is it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There is a little water on it, but how did the water get on? It doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. A hose piece? But I don't know. I was thinking, they have concepts here at the open air stage from time to time, right? Concerts. Alright, I'll find its owner later. Looks too shiny / golden. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. It's too shiny / golden to be just a guitar pick, I'm almost certain, but I don't know what it is. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? Why do you have that, too? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. The scent. A scent. We're on the scent. Oh, I did not mean to... Oh, well, they're gone, I guess. I already looked at all these, no? Okay. I go up and about. Okay. Have I ever told you to talk like an old fogey? I was merely reminiscing. Is that such a crime? Uh-huh. I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Ablaze now, but... I know. I'll go back to Babel and do some more investigating there. Uh-huh. Here we are. The speech. Broken... What's it called? Stage light? Not stage light, but... Okay. Is that... Oh, just a bud of a rose? Okay. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. Ba-da-ba-ba. How are things in Babel? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. Yeah, they didn't give me much. A lantern, which actually might be important. A guitar pick, and something from a past case. One of the daggers, maybe, but I don't know. Fuck. It's too golden to be nothing, a guitar pick. The investigation into Manny Coachen's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has. Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will. Preposterous. An alternate route? Well, that's what I came here to investigate. Somebody that can go alternate route? I heard that this is where the witness claimed to have seen the Yatagarasu. Alternate route through the Rose Garden? Question mark? That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight, here in Ablaze. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was the fire in the Babelese embassy that the Yatagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Begin investigation. Alright. Why are all the stage lights knocked over is my question. Statues are quite interesting too. Guitar picks wet. Maybe. Alright. Is it possible that the Yatagarasu hid in these bushes? Of course not. They're rose bushes. You've been spending so much time with Scruffy and that girl, they're rubbing off on you. But it's alright. Alright. I'll wake you up from your stupor. Now, the next time you feel like sleep talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get. Only foolish ideas spring from your foolish head. There's an overturned spotlight here. When Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. Having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here. Me too. I thought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. They sure were. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to the king prima dux. Spoke of love. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. Interesting. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. Okay. Possibly perfume related? It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh? The pool stopped filling itself automatically. Ah. The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Which suggests that this pool was recently used somewhere in this embassy. I guess I'll take notes about it, just in case. Is there a passageway in the pool? Probably. No, well, fuck. No! What? How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry, man. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that, man. Do you really think I'm the type to just jump in a pool and swim around for fun? Alright then, did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So, you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador, you know? And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. Where'd he go? You imbecile. How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again? Larry, this is the first time I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick. The Pink Princess. The Pink Princess? Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he's looking for is a doll of the Iron Infant. Yup, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. Larry. You've not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. That might be important. I also was aware we never found this, but rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now, get out of there. Sounds good, man. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait. Oh, well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Debatable. Agent Lang. Oh, I have to talk to him. Okay. These are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained. You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color, one color per location. You could have it like that. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this. I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. On second thought, that's a rather serious look on her face. I'd better leave it be. Never get between a woman's sense of aesthetics. They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses. Of all the people to comment on the proper balance of things. This statue bears a resemblance to the Prima Dux statue. The plaque says, King Primadux and the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadux put his life on the line and went to war. So, Primadux was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Oh well, what surprises me is that a real person who looks like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. The Steel Samurai. If you watch the Steel Samurai, you'd know the whole reveal. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair. Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him. Should he have gotten tired during his speech? In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place? And the ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why. He sounds like Mild, principal from Graysville, who'd speak at assemblies. You know, you don't often give speeches sitting down. But there's people that would see it as weak, quote-unquote weak. So this is where Ambassador Alba was to give his speech, huh? The stage was set up nicely. However, where was the audience supposed to sit? That's what I thought. Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool. That's such poor planning. If there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool, they really should have made seating arrangements, like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense the consideration for the viewers was taken with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Somebody could have dove into the pool, which could have caused a splash, but nothing else is like... I would say nothing else. I thought this would be watermarks, but it's on this side too, so... Just a natural transition of things. Somebody dove in from the other side. Agent Lang. How is the investigation proceeding on your end? Long G says that's top secret. If you're going to attempt to intimidate your superior, at least do it well. Don't suppose he believes in the accidental leakage of information. Alright, Long G, what you got for me? Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Huh? Make no mistake. It's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. Ah. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of the day. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Heh, as if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? 100%. Long G. What do you think of my badge? Long G says, there's no value in trusting those who bear this mark. Let me fill you in on what I hate the most in this world. People who go around showing off that badge. Sorry, but that's one opinion I'm never going to budge on. Ah. Yatagarasu's appearance. You were working at Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief all right, with my own 2 eyes. A shadow? The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of "It's the Yatagarasu" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. You know, there's too many extra details, but I was thinking it could be like the 2 statues, what is it, shadow art or whatever? They're in roughly, the spotlights are in roughly the right direction. That's what would have caused the 2 statues overlapping. And by the time we got the area lit again, the Death Thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension cord for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain. The Yatagarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that shadow belonged to someone else. Thank you, Francis.
Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right.
Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I've figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now let's hear what you know of the subject. Well, it's her hand. It's her hand, bro. Fuckers. It's both of them. It's the statues.
Take that!
Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Objection!
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? This is the other part of the real form of the Yatagarasu shadow. Well, I didn't think we'd get to solving it this quickly.
Take that!
But yeah. It's another statue. The Yatagarasu shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, do you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, we set up the spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primadux in the battlefield. Shadow, the king statue, would appear on the backdrop of the stage. That little, hint was kind of it, I think. Likewise, if we set a light on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux. Her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop of the stage. Aha! So if we combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shown on the queen statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the king statue shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part. Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You simply weren't thinking. You're right, I apologize. Now, what part of the queen statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu's shadow?
Take that!
It's our hand! Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah! That's right. It can only be the shadow of the queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position? so that it only shines in the Queen's left hand. Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's...
Huh. Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw.
The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positions beforehand. And then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So we see the Yatagarasu never did visit Ablaze tonight. Not beforehand. They had to set it up. And also, they had to switcheroo, so... And the only country that thief visited was Babel, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Ablaze. Ooh, an accomplice, huh? An accomplice, but who? Is it both ambassadors? What if it's both ambassadors? Well, they were supposed... he was supposed to negotiate? Maybe they didn't want to actually reunite, or like they had issues with each other? Maybe it is a political ploy where both ambassadors unintentionally set themselves up without knowing it? Set up the other person without knowing it? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. How's the investigation going? Oh, that was a man. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu?
I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu. So yes.
So, what have you found out?
I got a piece of evidence.
May I see it?
Sure, but you might regret it.
We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So, if you please.
When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, "I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist."
Fuck! Not her. Alright. Well, I like her character, but a lot of people are not gonna like her.
She gave me an interesting picture.
A journalist, huh?
Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her.
What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air.
The times they are a-changing. It's not just a man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now.
When was this photo taken?
Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floor were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from.
I see. So this was taken after the fire. An escape? This is how they got into Ablaze from the scaffolding. Okay, well... Okay. They dove into the pool. A pick. Guitar pick. Nah.
The blur in this picture took off from the Ablaze embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast.
Objection!
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. And how did that case get resolved, huh? With your utter defeat into this flying person. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Two, actually.
Maybe it happens more often than we think.
Am I up to the task to solving the mystery behind this photograph? I sure am. Also, knowing Lotta, where's the fucking second photograph? Did she really only take one picture? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Ablaze embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to the Babel investigation for a bit. Alright. Ah. I talk? Oh, wait. Yes. Notice anything? I wonder what that photo earlier was all about. Indeed, that photo certainly was interesting. I believe this necessitates a need to investigate the Ablaze embassies once more. I suppose we have no choice if we are to conduct the perfect investigation. I suppose so. We'll have to pass through the Theatrum Neutralis to reach the Ablaze, and I know how to do that, thank you.
So, the Yatagarasu was just a shadow, huh?
The calling card that was sent is what threw everyone off and made them assume things. It's possible that all the events tonight were part of the overall plan.
I'm glad. I'm going to investigate on the Alabastian side. You two, as I always say, don't do anything stupid, alright?
I wonder if he's alright. It's unusual for him to be so nice. I think it's simply that he is concerned for our well-being, Francisca. Ah, Detective Bad, you're such a good character. Wait! Alright, I'm counting on you. Didn't want to leave, you bastards. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's go back to our investigation. Yes, let's. Yes. I was not done. I see you're back.
What a farce. Turns out, what I thought was the Yatagarasu shadow was some statues instead.
It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Everyone was in a panic. Except I figured it out instantly. One look at the scene, I was like, Longji, are you really?
And here I thought you'd come over to throw some sarcastic remark in my face.
Of course not. I have no idea what you mean. You and I, we're both of one mind in pursuit of the truth. Doesn't mean I can't glow.
But are we really of one mind, though?
I'll be returning the Babel investigation now. I'll contact you if I find anything.
You sure are stubborn as a rock. I like that, though.
Fuck, dude. He's too likable. Agent Lang's too likable. So I don't feel like he could be a villain. I don't think it's Somebody with knowledge of the Yatagarasu, though, right? Ooh, what if there's a decoy body? We have confirmed Manny Coach instead. Yes, okay, let's go. Oh, Gumshoe, where art thou? Alright. Why is this the Secretariat's and not the Ambassador's office, by the way? To think, after all that running around, we're right back where we started. Uh-huh. It would appear that way. Aha! Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you're back. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Polano, but I have yet to find his killer. And then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu, huh? Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you had to do is ask, alright? Mr. Polano? Aw. Actually, there's one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Ah. Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there were a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything, huh? Anything, huh? Thank you, Mr. Polano. You're a total gentleman. Ha ha ha! You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Polano! Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly. You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? Should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then, we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah. When I came into this room, that person was already gone. I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here. It signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Aw. Dude, Bad needs a CK. Where? Bad, get over here. Yes, he's been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Something tells me Bad wasn't... Bad probably knew about that. Uncle Bad? I think Uncle Bad knew of the original Yatagarasu. Now then. I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Also... Nothing in the windows seems important. Just accessory or building things in the building. Does that mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to that. But I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how the person escaped. Oh well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Alright. The window is going to be the main thing. The body's been removed, too. And the knife, too. We happen to know what these charred remains are of. I don't know, actually. But I don't think there is anything there that should have been flammable. So it remains a mystery as to what was burned here. It appears that Mr. Cochin's body has been taken in for an autopsy. Autopsy might be important. The white outline is all that is left to tell the tale of his murder. It sure is. A grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Ablaze. Similar but not the same. Oh, that clock has been with us since back when we were still Cadopia. Oh, that is one big clock. How does this one have a bird that pops out like... Hey, does this one have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock? Haha, I'm sorry, but no. Oh, and I'm sure you'll love its chime. Really? It's gonna be 11 soon, so maybe I'll get to hear it then. Is it that time already? Time sure flies when I'm involved in an investigation. Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun. Okay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know. Yes, Gramps. Ah, Edgeworth Gramps. It looks like all of the souvenirs suffered from some damage from the fire. I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson. What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu. The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems. I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf. He would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere. You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all. But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that? No! Because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories. Aw. Can't take the owner's memories, huh? We still don't know where the blade of the Ablaze knife went. Ooh, that is true! Could it be that the killer walked away with it? There's a missing blade. So this is the real Prima Duck statue. This is really valuable, right? Oh, that's what they say. Alright. Okay, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you? No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just calculating in my head how much the statue is worth. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. That's fine. Ambassador Polano, what exactly used to be? Oh, that used to be a stack of brand new pamphlets. But it looks like they were all burned up. I guess we'll just have to reprint them, But no matter how fast we reprint them, they always disappear so quickly. Is the Ablaze tourism industry really that hot right now? Oh, of course! Although recently the most popular vacation destination has been the Republic of Borginia. But we refuse to lose to them, so we've been hard at work promoting Babel. Interesting. Well, I've just recently returned from a trip to Borginia myself. Oh, and how did you like it? It was alright. I probably shouldn't bring up the fact that I was a suspect on the flight home. Why not, Edgeworth? It's not like it's anything embarrassing. What if the fireplace is reversible too? And they scaled the chimney, maybe? And then it went onto the roof. The national symbol of Babel is drawn here. There's nothing especially strange about it. Is it just me, or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it? Even if it did, would it really have any bearing on our case? Okay. Now then. I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight. Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babelese embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was. Oh, wait. But the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin' Ninja show. Oh, well. The first occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Okay. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floor of our embassy caught on fire. You'll have some fire issues. 4th and 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. And then the fire after the Jamming Ninja show was the second one tonight. Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? Or 5? Huh. When was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires. On the 4th and 5th floor were put out. I suppose that means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Way early. That means the other girls who performed their cross embassy. Did their cross embassy trick. And did Alabastians? Well, no. Maybe they set fire? Okay, we need to investigate the first fire too. First fire goes off. They cross over to Ablaze. They do Ablaze stuff. Then they return to Babel. Return to Babel. Is it a piece of the statue? Wait. Is it there? Is there a piece of the statue broken off? Fuck. It doesn't... Debatable. Huh. There's our guitar pick. Okay. Why would a guitar pick and the symbol of the thing be... Huh. Here's our guitar pick. From where, though? And why is it wet? Did they throw the statue into the thing? I think they crossed over multiple times is basically what we're getting at. Babel Fire to Alabast. Alabast shit happens, question mark. They set up Alabast light show. And do... and they move back to Babel. Basically, if we have a record of who left Alabast, if they went through... Did they return through the Theatrum Neutralis, though? Probably not. Did anybody leave? I don't remember, dude. I don't remember if anybody left the Alabast. Fuck. Well. So then, what was the extent of the damage on the second fire? Second fire was contained to this floor, the third floor. 1, 2, 3. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's, how should I put this, a very bad stroke of luck. My office. On the 5th floor, Manny's office here. And Manny himself. All gone in the blink of an eye. Aha. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Polano. Oh, look at me going on. And now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see, I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First, I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll for breakfast. Naturally. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version, huh? Alright, I can do that for you. We'll come back to that briefly. This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the insides wasn't burned, right? Yes, and thanks to this safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved. Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasures within. Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. A fireplace, huh? So Babel's office have them too. 2. There is a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You can climb inside and we can play hide and seek. And come out covered in soot. I think not. Ah, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. That ink was placed afterwards. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry and get started examining everything. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. And then the window. You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window. And so, where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? Aha, you can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. Okay, my question is, why is this in the Secretariat office? That's where Damask II was killed. Oh, what? You mean the Master Damask? The second? Ah, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though Damask II was merely an imposter of the original. Okay. Lots of things. Morning activities. So what did Mr. Koshin and you do this morning? Oh, well, originally, we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the jamming ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were tidying up his office. Ah, that's why this is... You helped clean Mr. Koshin's office. Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this. But my office is currently undergoing renovations. Top to bottom! Which is why both the Primate Duck statue and the Babaleaf's knife sets are down here. Well, you just asked the man the questions, he would have told me. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files. We no longer needed an expired coupons in the fireplace, It's kind of suspicious as fuck, but okay. I bet cleaning the fireplace must have been a real pain though, huh? Ah, about that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. Ha ha ha. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me, huh? An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. Tidying up his office. This is a full-on lie. Cleaning Koshin's. We just burned some files, we know. Unless it's a reversible fireplace and the other side's fucking city as fuck. This is a complete lie. He's lying fully. Fuck, okay. Oh, he was very good at being mad. Oh, why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babaleaf's ink onto the back wall. When I was burning the files, you see. This is also a pure lie. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Talk about the boss getting bossed around. Spilled Babaleaf's ink onto the back wall while burning files into the fireplace, left ashes behind. That's about it for what we did this morning, just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. Except that was basically complete lies. The Babaleaf's ink should have caught fire, and it should have been green fire. So, unless the ink was wrong, question mark? Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Koshin did this afternoon. Oh well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatre Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. Aha, a little while later, after I straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater, of course. But I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us. Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself, of course. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the jamming ninja. Seems you're rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs, of course. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. Of course. So you didn't see Mr. Kochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show. Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Poleno, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there was anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? Except he's lying through and through. And be lying. Yeah. My logic? Renovations. Alba's is connected to the renovations. Okay. He's lying to me. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Start with the chair. Oh, that looks like a very comfortable chair. Oh, well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes. And that's because I am a prosecutor, and it's part of my job to examine things. And my job is to be a great thief. Which is exactly why you're not allowed to touch anything. Aw, phooey. Aha. Current document. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. Babel sure gives a lot of different coupons, huh? Maybe I should create my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. And what kind of discount would that net you? The 5-figure kind. What else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things, huh? Such as the truth. What else would I steal? She wants to steal the truth, huh? What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. Edgeworth. Manny Coaching. His name is written here on this nameplate. Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office, huh? I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake. You think? Maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forgot? Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. Not entirely wrong. There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World. Oh, wait, what? Let me see. Uh-huh, I see. Ah! And the most important part is blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate, why? It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? Oh. Well, what did you imagine them to look like? I thought these babbles would look like a flower, and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way, it would look like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabasta, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Cadopia. There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place. You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination. Imagination. It appears that this desk also fell victim to the fire. But it doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. I suppose we really should take a look. I know what that is. There's a bottle of Ablaze ink on Mr. Kochin's desk. And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken. So the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Polano. Looks like your precious Ablaze ink is all right after all. What? That's odd.
Hold it!
Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there's something strange about the ink. Do you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? See, I knew the ink was something important. This is also good. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Wait. Oh, wait. I can... It is a notepad. It is a notepad. Why would you have a notepad like that, though? I can take this, Eureka! The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Ablaze. 5th floor, ambassador's offices. Manny or... Polano. Something ain't right with Polano. Manny's dead, so... Hey, you're right. What is it? Looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Ah, yes. That notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. Oh, we've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. Do you seem to be quite passionate about it? Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Is this his office? Huh. There's something strange with Babel Embassy. I don't know. Is this his office? Maybe. Sure, they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires. Ambassador Polano, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see. In that case. Oh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Ablaze. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. Damask II? Then this note? Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the Primate Duck statue. So they meet up? Huh. Something's telling me that it's two plotted murders, individual of each other, not the same thing going on. I don't know, maybe not. Mr. Cochin, no. Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the Primate Duck statue. Assuming this is true. But then who murdered Damask, actually? What? Manny tried to steal Alabast's Primate Duck statue. We'd know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you, of course. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There's one possibility, but mind you, it's just a personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. What do you got, Ambassador? Mr. Cochin's ink. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink. Ah, I just thought of it right now, but... During the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, but when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. Second fire? Oh fuck, this case is gonna be confusing as all fuck, okay. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all, of course. The fire was green. What was the cause? Oh well, wick crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern, of course. Ablaze ink is made from the same oil, which means it should also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire, of course. So that's why I was surprised to find out that there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk, of course. Aha! The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it that caught fire in here? The ink spilled on the wall? Okay. There's a lot to this. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Koshin hired Damas II. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, of course. We were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's events. But, because of the Yadagaras and the fire here, they got cancelled, didn't they? Ha ha ha! I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled, of course. For you see, Babble's statue, well, it's just a replica. They said they were gonna set it up. And did Mr. Koshin know about Babble's Prima Duck statue? Of course he knew! And that's why he was the only person I could consult with, of course. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected. I was very nervous today, and this would impact our country's authority. You were saying something about, what's it called though? Making... So it seemed like you had both? Is that part of why they were switched? The statues were switched? So the ploy would be, it would seem like both, they were both real? Yes, I understand. Oh well. When I told Manny my concerns, he said, let me handle it. It'll be alright, of course. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Cadopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. When I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Hold it!
Mr. Kochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. Assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Cadopian ambassador. I think that logic's wrong. You don't go behind a person's back to support them. Typically, go behind a person's back to go for after your own endeavors, or he knows, and then this is a ploy set up by both of them, actually. Polena. Suspicion is rising on you. But of course. Why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better. Or him becoming the ambassador is something not good for him. He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be, of course. I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness.
Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Yup. Got it right here, sir. Got it right here, sir. Here you go, okay? Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
What is it? And what is all this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. And now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire, sir.
Good work, Detective.
It was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
Wow. You two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right?
Hold it!
She needs a partner, huh? Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. That might be the nicest thing he's ever said to Gumshoe. Goddamn, bro. All right. Aw. A partner you can trust. Truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. You bet. So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? A partner you can trust, huh? Partner you can trust? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yeah? What up? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon. Oh, you mean Little Thief? Heh, you're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
Hold it!
Hold it. I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it. All right, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now, witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Little Thief. Seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person K saw use as well. Oh, that is true. Oh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about? This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted. Really now, that is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. Pop a save. We've got 45 minutes. Should be able to finish this. Oh. This must have been the large green flames Ambassador Polino saw. With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Okay, by the time he came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. Somebody set up a small fire. Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir and babble, I suppose. I guess Mr. Polino was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you can put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, you can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever it is, that person burned. It made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? Wait, that's the, oh. It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean? Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why these flames are green.
Take that!
Take that! The source of the green in these flames is related to this. Oh, really? Well, I don't think they're related at all. Sorry. I'm always on. And that's a good thing. Now let's keep... fire-related piece of evidence. This? Because it's a lantern. Fine. This silhouette lantern is green flames come from the wick crystal oil it's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love it green it gives off. Me too. Green, best color. I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by wick crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made of wick crystal oil. Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Polino was mistaken about? Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. Ambassador Polino was mistaken about. This is the oil.
Take that!
Ablaze ink is made from white crystal oil. Oh! So it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from the bottle of Ablaze ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right? Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Printing. He was printing. Oh yeah! I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. It appears that I've finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal. It could be this or the document. I'm gonna go this.
Take that!
What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Gen Fa. You're kidding. You're saying that it was Mr. Koshin who made the counterfeit bills. I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babbel's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Koshin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Oh, why, yes. And I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. I merely thought he was printing more coupons. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crime, you will need to be investigated as well. Ah, yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Koshin in his crime and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. All burned in Babel, okay. Why is this different? This grandfather clock was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flush with the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. That's odd. It was still chiming right at the dawn of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something, Ambassador Polena, maybe take a look inside that clock. Oh, sure, go ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could, please inspect the insides of this clock. Yes, sir. I'm on it, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It's like the length of a wire. So this is what caused this clock to stop chiming. Wire for what? The fire? No. What's it called? A tightrope? Nah. Maybe a tightrope? But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Is this how they... Did they, like, fish line, hang it up? They could've. Is this how they got the statue over? Maybe. Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? Sounds like it wasn't Mr. Polino that put the wire in there. And then perhaps it was Mr. Koshin's killer who did. How did you move the clock, though? Looks like, yes. Okay, I already went through this. Yep. Yes, your souvenirs. 9. Looks like one of the Babel Lee's knives was already missing before the fire began. So it would seem, especially since the other 2 knife handles were burned away. That's why they have no handles. Got it. The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon. And Babel's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babel, don't you think? I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babel's woes. Ah, okay. It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin round and round and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yeah, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record. I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. Detective, you took part in the initial Babel investigation, correct? Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First, I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp, sir. Oh, wait, that's odd. We always warn our staffs that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator, of course. Oh. Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic. Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babelese embassy at all? I didn't personally, sir. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered. Ah. Okay, we'll come back to the him. You didn't have anything now. So Babel is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh? Oh. Yeah, so it appeared that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one of these after this case? Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training. You need a waterfall for that. Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jamming Ninja TV show. Hey! That's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe she took me seriously. Because it was a good idea. A fireplace, huh? So Babel's office had them too. Two? There's a fireplace that is relatively the same location, yes. 5 o'clock. I still can't believe. Oh yes. We already went through this. I want a painting though, not. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Oh well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? You're always touching all sorts. Yes, yes. You can see the Alabasian embassy through that window. So where were you when you were in... Uh-huh. Why are these all just repeats? Okay. There's more to this, though, but I guess we'll go for this. During the fire. The second fire broke out around the time... The second fire broke around the time of the Yatagarasu was spotted in Ablaze, sir. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babel, which caused some panic, sir.
Hold it!
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babel, huh? Yeah. All they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat, sir. But that's not enough to make positive ID, you know? Is it gonna be him? Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. That person in a long coat sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabas was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel is also suspect. You can't be serious. And not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, close to you. So, the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Cochin, then disappeared. What did you say? What did you saw? By the way, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? Huh? I did. But, well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and, well, was lost for quite a while. You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective. I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But, you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue. Oh, is that a fact? Yeah. It was when I was lost and wandering around the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed toward it right away. Oh? It's probably from when I found Mr. Cochin's body. Yeah. Thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. It was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheehaw wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon. I think he might be a slight cause, though. Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did. I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here. Oh, well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door. Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then, during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu. She seems to be a very dedicated agent. We do well to learn from her. Oh, why? Why are you pointing at me like that? At me when you say that, sir. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Polano about it. Ambassador Polano, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Oh, yes. Why, what is it? About this office. It appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, there's a major difference. The location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. I imagine they want the embassy's office to look the same. Ah, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabastian side of the embassy, Our two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical, of course. Aha. But we ain't... There's a difference. So, no matter which room, the location of the fireplace, and the like are exactly the same, of course. Even when the art is located... Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office, of course. You mean your handshake photo op with the jamming ninja, Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of Babel's obsessively competitive spirit with Ablaze, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Oh, connect the dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Oh. Bilateral. Connect the dots quite literally. The Alabastian and Ablaze side of the buildings are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. A secret passageway, In Alabaster, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving what? It sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Oh, wow. There was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir.
What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? That's how they could have escaped, too. There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. That places Sheena under suspicion, too. Fuck. Could Sheena be suspicious? Okay. This might be a bit of a stretch, but if Sheena's Callisto you, I have no basis besides the fact that they do that disappointed glare. They both do that disappointed glare. But if it's Sheena, oh fuck, maybe. I don't know though. I don't know. That's just off the basis that Sheena was in the opposite room currently though. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny to do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed, and my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace. It looks like just another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it around? In Alabas, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Hold it. Ah! You scared me, sir.
There is something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. But we found an X where there... Or you thought there'd be one, right? We did. But that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. The soot. I won't rest until I've inspected every... Okay. Do I continue, or do I stop?
A revolving fireplace. That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and...
Like what? I'll tell you later, detective. For now, let's continue with the investigation. Starter. Huh? That's odd. Doesn't match up with what Mr. Poleno said earlier. What is the meaning of this contradiction? Sure is a contradiction. Eureka! Ambassador Poleno, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right. But why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry. I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case... Yo! Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. I'm getting there on, what's it called? Investigations. And yeah, final case of this game. Having some crazy thoughts about who it could be. And yeah. Take a good look at this fireplace. You can tell me what you find odd about it. Poleno here, being suspicious as fuck. Let's see, huh? Whoa, where did all the ashes go? Are missing. Where did they go? Okay. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that Ambassador Poleno is lying, do you? No, there's no reason for him to lie. I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Uh-huh. So let's flip it. Okay. If you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Oh, wait. Why did I shout out myself? Sorry, my shout out thing didn't work. It said my own name. But thanks for the raid. Huh, I'll have to fix that later. Sounds like you've pretty much figured out everything now, huh? It was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads lead us. Oh, I probably put user, that's why. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again. Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know? Logic. There is really no need for the two of you to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Huh. Sheena's location is very suspicious. And missing ashes, probably. Perfect. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Polano said that he spilled some Ablaze ink while he was burning the files. And yet, there's not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room. Which means that there's a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Uh-huh, yep. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe that person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer. And after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. It's a possibility. Wait, no, that is likely, actually, I think. Because there was two fires. So the first time... So they did escape through here. Ooh. Okay, Sheena just really rose up in suspicion. Fuck. Is it Sheena? Oh, man. Oh, wow. Mr. Edgeworth, you've figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. Uh-huh. Fuck, dude. It is the disappointed glare. No way. I don't know, though. Maybe not. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk to the person who was in the neighboring room. Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir. Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. Dun dun dun. It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, She claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet. However, I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself?
Hold it!
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, is it my turn to do something? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Yes. I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on Damas II's note. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Right now, sir. No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Go on, Gummy. You can do it. All right, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for a simple task, Detective. Ha 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 ha. Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. That's so neat. And now I want to try going through next. There really is a secret passageway there. I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed to the other room. Furthermore, the Ablaze ink you spilled. Ambassador is there on the back wall, along with the coupons. Okay, here I go, sir.
Hold it!
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer. Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff. And your point is... And now we're short on time. So if you could, please hurry on through. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve, such as the Yatagarasu's whereabouts and the other smuggling ring members. The two weapons that made it across the border, and the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Mr. Edgeworth. A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy to follow if you follow the leads. Is that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then, all you'll have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions. Show off? Does it seem that I'm being boastful when I do that? Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused, like a laser, on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay. Motivational speech from Kay, let's go! That's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know? That is something that I hope to practice. But I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir. Yes, I can see that. Good work, Detective. Look, looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all. Your jacket has got quite filthy. I see the hem has practically turned black. Yeah, quite a bit of unburned ink got on it, sir. I see. Thank you, Detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. Oh, what? Oh, no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but, you know. I see. Very well then. As you wish. So, because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. There's residue left over. And that is... I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it. The handwriting analysis of Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. Fuck, dude. If it's Agent Sheena, there's potential for Agent Lang to be involved. You fuckers. Man, this is a good case. Oh man, okay. More revealed. Sheena is now number one suspicion. Polino's flat out lie was not a lie. It was just a reverse fireplace. I think there is more to it, but Sheena is absolutely suspicious, which could put Agent Lang too. I don't know though. Agent Lang feels it doesn't. Agent Lang feels too genuine. Like he's trying to resolve his disgraced family and doing disgraceful shit. I don't think so. Was Sheena acting? Has Sheena been kidnapped? I don't know. Things to think about, but that's gonna be it for stream today. I'll be back tomorrow with more Ace Attorney investigations. We're still middle, and this is a long case, so I don't know if I'll finish. We'll get to the Yatagarasu's true identity. Sheena, maybe. There's more to the case, though, because who was working the Ablaze side? Who was the shadow during the first fire that jumped across into the water? Was it one person or two? Lots of things to answer. And I'll be back. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.